So people often ask me, sure, won't nature be grand when humans are wiped off the planet? And apart from it being a fairly defeatist attitude, which allows them to party on, um, it wouldn't be the case. The problem is non-native invasive plants, which we have brought into our worlds. In every part of the world, we've brought these plants and creatures in, for food or medicine or gardening, which happens a lot. And unfortunately, these plants and creatures have not evolved alongside the native plant and animal communities and insect communities, and so they are of no benefit really whatsoever. Most of the time, sometimes they can fit in and it's okay, they stay in a particular area, but a lot of the time they escape and they go all over the place and they wipe out native plant communities. In Ireland, for example, if humans were wiped out here within a very short amount of time, the whole country would be completely clothed with 3, maybe 4, maybe 5 plants. Mostly non-native spruce, which is a pioneer plant, which is planted everywhere here as a commercial crop and, passed off as being woodlands, and but they're just ecological dead zones. And cherry laurel, which is planted by every landscaper, as far as I can see, as the hedge of choice, because it's fast, it's evergreen, and sure, isn't it grand? And the problem is that it's not grand. Hi, Lucky. Because the National Parks and Wildlife Service have stated that Rhododendron ponticum, which has taken over the west of Ireland along with cherry laurel, is wiping out. It's one of the main kind of threats to nature in Ireland. And I'm sure you have plants like this all over the world. And I know that in the States and in Canada, the native seed, or the seed bank in the soil is really infested with non-native invasive plants. And it's a very difficult work, but that's where we're at. We've walked down the wrong road for so long now that it's going to be a very difficult path back. And we happen to be the most important keystone species left on this planet, because the world is dependent upon us to rebalance nature again, to take out the non-native invasive plants and, to re-establish native plant communities upon which everything is dependent. They're the foundation stone of all life on Earth. And whenever people start telling me that, oh, Mother Nature knows what she's doing with these plants, it really annoys me, because if you look at it from an ecological point of view, that's not the case. Mother Nature's worn out with our activities, and we're the ones who've moved these plants around, not her. And they haven't evolved in the local food web, and they've no checks or balances in out of their own ecosystems, and so they take over and wipe everything else out. So no, it wouldn't be great if humans were wiped out. It would be much better if we stepped up and became the spiders at the center of the web and re-wove the whole thing back together again. And that's the only hope we have. And luckily, for all of us who have a patch of this planet under our care, that's the work that we can do, and it's really important work. And there's so much division in the world. I'm fairly sure that this is the one thing that can bring everybody together, because we all belong to the earth, and we're all dependent upon it being a livable planet. Nothing else really matters. And as ecosystems collapse, society collapses, culture collapses, everything is collapsing. It's fairly obvious, our health is collapsing. But we can restore all that by pulling together and rebuilding this planet bit by bit, Anyway, it's a long one. Thank you for listening.